I, for one, don't think that $147,000, $145,000 for a family of four is particularly indigent. We talk about this as a proposal for people who need, but let's talk about what's actually happened with programs like this all around the country. And not from oodles and oodles of articles, but from actual research. You guys might know that I teach debate and argument and have done so in college for 25 years. And whenever one of my students says there's tons of research or it has been proven, I get a little bit nervous. Because when we talk about research, we need to talk about concrete published materials. And there was a dissertation written in 2018 about a program very similar to this in Indiana. And you know what it proved? It proved that the people who avail themselves of programs like this are already in private schools. This is not an equity proposal. This isn't helping kids choose to go to schools. It's subsidizing those who already do. That's what the research documents. It's not what I hope will happen. It's not what I think might happen. That's what has happened. And you know what is even worse, especially when we talk about this as an equity issue, is that if you look at the kids who actually do go to these programs, the kids who actually do leave the public schools for the private schools, using these voucher systems that are part of these ESAs, the kids who are of moderate need, not the kids from great deprivation, but the kids who are struggling a little bit, who are lower middle class, upper lower class, struggling a little bit, but not tremendously. Those kids, when they take the vouchers and they go to a private school, they tend to do a little bit better, by and large. Some of them do worse, some of them do better. The research is unclear on this one. Now, at this point, I'm talking about a series of articles in the Journal of Education from a study about Tennessee's program that was very similar to this one. And in that, the study says, you know, that those kids, yeah, they do a little bit better. Some of them do. Some of them do a little bit worse. It's kind of a wash. But you know what's really discouraging is the kids who come from great need, the kids we should be reaching to, those kids do worse. Those kids perform worse on standardized tests. See, here's the thing, Mr. President, members, friends, people at home, these programs, these ESAs, they don't solve the achievement gap. They make it worse. By siphoning funds out of public schools and into private schools, those schools where those kids are struggling, where those teachers are working hard, it makes it worse. And imagine this too. You're a kid from one neighborhood. You go to school, your folks say, hey, you know what, we've got this tax break. Let's send you to a private school somewhere so that you can do better. You don't go there with your friends, you don't go there with your neighbors, you don't go there with your community, you go to a different school. And that's part of why kids who struggle so much do worse when we give them this option. When they do this, they do worse. And the other problem here, Mr. President and members, is that we are already doing better things to help with the opportunity gap. And these are partially funded in this bill, but inadequately funded and in a way that does not respect greater Minnesota. So what I want to talk about now, Mr. President and members, the subject of this amendment is funding for educational partnerships. This amendment to the amendment appropriates $2 million per year to the Education Partnership Program. Now, what is that, you're wondering? Well, it's a program that began in 2016. And you know what it is? It's Northfield Healthy Communities, which is a program that helps the kids who play on playgrounds in Senator Draheim's district. It supports the Jones Family Foundation, which is a program that tutors kids and helps young people do better in Senator Goggins' district. It goes to the Austin Aspires program that helps the kids that Senator Dordick knows do better in their lives. And it goes to the Rochester Area Foundation that helps the kids in schools that Senators Nelson and Senator Senja might visit someday. It also goes to the Central Minnesota United Way and Partners for Student Success. Programs I'm pretty familiar with. Nice people, doing good work. And what all of these programs do together, they provide parent supports. They intervene. Senator Chamberlain talked about literacy, incredibly important. These are the tutors who help people prepare for that third grade literacy test. They come from the programs that we're talking about, but not funding. There's an example of a family that was trying to prepare for the father to leave on an 18-month deployment with the National Guard. Someone from Partners was able to help that family get ready for that absence The National Guard did some work, but I saw a letter from the parent who said, thank you so much, because what the Guard did helped, but what you did helped even more. And together, that family was ready for that absence. But I want to tell you a really specific story, a very specific story about what happened in St. Cloud to a second grader named Nora. Nora was trouble. Most second graders are, but she was extra trouble. Nora performed horribly on her classes, in all her schoolwork, and on her standardized tests. And she was disruptive in the classroom, always causing problems. What happened is the teacher was aware of the problem and contacted a resource navigator through United Way of Central Minnesota and the Partners for Student Success. Her name's Corey Ann Carter. Contacted Corey and said, Corey, something's going on with Nora. We're not sure what it is. And what Corey did is she contacted Nora's mother. And she took Nora's mother down to the county so that she could apply for help to which she was due. And one of the things that she got for Nora was health care. And she took Nora to an optometrist, and they realized that she needed glasses. Something as simple as that. We can't expect our teachers to know that, but we can expect our community members who are empowered to help to find that out and to do something about it. Nora got glasses. Corey also helped her get after-school tutoring. It's been 2 years. No disciplinary problems, completely different test scores. Something as simple as glasses, a simple intervention, a human helping another human. Nora's doing better. Now, Mr. President and members, isn't that all we want? We all just want to do a little better. We want our children to be better than us. We want ourselves to improve. But no matter where we start, with help from others, we improve even more. Corey was able to help Nora because Corey was supported by Partners in United Way. Partners in United Way was able to help Corey do that because the legislature made a choice. We made a choice to not turn our backs on the public and to invest in relationships, in collaboration, in partnerships and accountability. This is our opportunity to make that choice, to invest in the public, in what's good for all of us, what's good for democracy, and what's good for kids like Nora. So, members, I urge your support for this amendment, even if you don't live in one of the districts that I mentioned, because equity isn't about those kids, it's about our kids. It's not about the cities. It's about every city, every town, and every township. And this is our chance to make a choice, to support those kids so that they can make better choices tomorrow.